Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's video is a wardrobe organization video because it's finally time for me to switch over my wardrobe from autumn and winter pieces that are currently filling up my wardrobe and instead refilling it with my spring and summer pieces that are currently tucked away in storage. I will be honest, I've started this video about 10 times. Hopefully this time we're actually going to get into the swing of things, but I just feel like I really need to do this. I'm feeling very pale. I'm feeling like my wardrobe is just quite boring at the moment and there's not really much I can reach for because I still have so much knitwear and just jumpers and like chunky things in my wardrobe that I'm not necessarily reaching for at the moment, thankfully, because we have actually been having some really great spring weather in London at the moment and it's due to continue, which is so good and pretty much unheard of. So today we're going to be taking out all of my winter clothing, a lot of knitwear, which you can probably see. I've even got like thermals tucked away in here, all items of clothing that I'm hoping I will not be needing over the next few months, and instead I'm going to be swapping those out for my spring and summer pieces, which are currently sat in storage. I'm actually really looking forward to bringing out my spring and summer pieces. I know I probably still have some shorts tucked away. I think I've got loads of dresses. I actually know I have loads of dresses because dresses are just my favorite thing come spring and summer, so I know that a lot of those are ready to come out back into my wardrobe for me to be able to wear for yet another spring and summer season. Before we get into things, I thought I would quickly introduce myself to those of you who are new to my channel. So hello, my name is Patricia and I upload style, beauty and home content from London. So if you like that sort of thing and if you want to see more from me, then please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free to subscribe and it just means you'll have my videos on your subscription feed when I upload, which is currently every Thursday. So if you want to see more from me and you want to stay up to date with my upcoming videos, then please do subscribe. Starting off with the hanging section of my wardrobe, because like I said, I've got a lot of dresses to put in here, so I'm going to take out anything that I think is a bit too wintry and that I won't necessarily get much use out of. And I also have a few things to put away actually, so I'm trying to make the best of that as well. These are the Marks & Spencer linen blend trousers that I spoke about in my favourites video, and I am just still so obsessed with them. Wore them this weekend. They wash really well as well. I have washed both pairs that I have and they've washed well. I'm always worried that there might be a little bit of shrinkage or something like that in the machine, but absolutely no issues with these. These are the two that I have. They live together on a hanger because I am actually out of these trouser style hangers, so I probably do need to get a few more of those, but for the time being it's fine. I do have a few other trousers in here, but all of which are going to stay out. In my opinion, trousers and like smart sort of wide leg trousers are actually quite versatile and you can wear them pretty much all year round in my opinion, so they're staying. I have, this is quite a chunky knit cardigan, but I am going to keep it here. I have, okay, this is the first thing that's probably going to go into storage. This is a jumpsuit from Zara. I got this one Vinted and it is still new with tags, to be fair, and I actually haven't worn it, so maybe that's something that could actually go back onto Vinted, seeing as I haven't really got much wear out of it. And then this is another jumpsuit, this one from Pretty Lavish. I'm going to keep this one out though. I think, I don't know, I just think I might use it. I have a couple of formal dresses, both of which are long sleeved, so I won't be wearing these over the next few months, so those can go into storage. Loads of knitted dresses. 6 in total, all of which I think can go into storage. Another long sleeve dress, but this one is actually a Ganni leopard print dress and I love this. I don't think I wore it this winter, but I do really like it and I'm going to keep it out because it doesn't take up too much space. And you know when you have those days where it's a little bit chilly but you still want to wear a dress, I feel like that is a perfect dress for it. Considering we're still early May, we could still get a few cold spells, so I feel like this dress is great for days like that. The rest are just loads more dresses, lots of which are going to stay. Now this one is quite a slinky mini dress. It's from Superdry and I will be honest, I don't think this is very me. This is for a young me and I'm not that young anymore, I'm 30 now. So I think this can probably go. a couple of other big chunky dresses. These two are mini dresses though, but still going away into storage. And then I have this cashmere set from Charlie. Great for around the house, but again, it's cashmere, it's quite heavyweight, so I don't need this for spring and summer, hopefully. Oh, this is a new piece in my wardrobe actually. It shouldn't be hung up. I do need to put this away folded, but I just didn't have room for it, so I hung it up for the time being. It's from the brand Cara and the Sky, and I just thought this was so nice. It's like a real big sort of like patchwork kind of cardigan, but I'm loving a cardigan at the moment, especially as a layering piece in autumn and winter. So I'm going to keep this, and I will keep it hung up until I've sorted out the other side and then move it over there. Quite a few shirts, all of which again are staying. Although, what are we thinking about this shirt? I kind of think this has had its time in my wardrobe. I don't think I'm going to wear this kind of thing again. I don't know, I might regret it, but I think it's going to go. One change I did make in my wardrobe was moving over my blazers into here. They used to live with my coats and my jackets, but there just wasn't enough room for everything. So I ended up moving them into here, and these are going to stay. They're not the type of thing to put into storage. They're just a bit too bulky, so they'll be okay here, hopefully. And then I've got trousers. These are all leather look trousers, which admittedly I'm most likely not going to wear, but they're not taking up that much space, so they are going to stay. Same with these other trousers here. These are sort of like my smart-ish trousers. They're going to stay. And then I have sequins, which, as tempted as I am to let them stay, I don't think I'm going to be wearing a sequin in the middle of August. So these two gorgeous sequins can go. I always love bringing out my sequins come Christmas time anyway. It's one of my favourite things about my autumn and winter wardrobe switchover. So I will put those away for a nice surprise. And then I have skirts, all of which again I think are going to stay. I've got a few of like the slinky sort of skirts, which are nice again all year round. They're not necessarily a seasonal piece in my opinion. I think they work really well for winter just as much as they do for the summer months. And I do have a few like leopard print and printed ones, which I'm not really into anymore if I'm being completely honest, but they'll stay out anyway. And then a white cotton one, all of that's good. Oh, and then I have a special dress here. This was the dress that I wore for my 30th birthday. Honestly, it's such a beautiful dress. I have photos on my Instagram, and I do actually think I included a bit in a vlog as well. But this was the dress I wore. It was a Nadine Marabi dress, and it's so stunning. So it's got its private place in my wardrobe because it's gorgeous. So that's sorted through. There are only a couple that I have to put in here. I actually tried on both of these dresses to wear for filming this video, but like I said, I was having such a mare with deciding what to wear and just feeling a bit like, like, you know you have those days when you just feel like nothing looks good. That's what's happening to me today. But I tried on both of these dresses and I decided against it because I just wanted to be a bit more comfy. But both gorgeous dresses, had them for a while, but they are staying. Now typically I like to see a bit more room in the rail, especially given how many dresses and things I know I have to add into here, but there's not too much room. I think it's with the blazers and stuff it kind of packs this out a little bit. But I did take out a lot of pieces, so now I'm going to get my storage boxes and bring out what I want to bring out for spring and summertime. Ooh. As for storage, I use the IKEA, they have names but I can't think of it right now, but essentially they are just some like little plastic things that slot into the top shelf, which actually you can't see on camera, but up here there is an additional shelf where I keep these additional clothes stored away. Dresses at the ready. I took them all out of the storage box, popped them up onto hangers. I kind of ended up doing it all off camera because it was just a lot to film. I like to keep changing my camera and things, so hopefully you don't mind that. But now everything in hangers, time to put away. It's no secret that I like to double or triple up on my hangers, especially when they're similar style of dresses, like the straps for example. So I have these three together, saving me both a space in my wardrobe and also additional hangers that I can use elsewhere. Yet another trio on this hanger as well. Finally, I have 2 other dresses which I want to double up with some that are already in my wardrobe. Actually, I have 2 events this summer, so I have 2 dresses already that I think are the ones I'm going to wear. So this is dress number 1, which is this beautiful like blue slinky number. I've never worn this one, but it's beautiful. It's from the brand True Decadence. It's stunning. And then I also have this one, which is probably my favorite. It's from Forever New. I got it last summer. I actually wore it to a baptism last summer, and I think I'm going to wear it to another baptism that I have this summer as well. It's just such a stunning dress. If you've been watching my wardrobe switchovers for the past few years, then there are probably a few pieces in my wardrobe that you remember from year after year, because there really are some true staples in my wardrobe, I feel like, especially when it comes to the dresses. They're constantly coming back into my wardrobe, which I absolutely love. And those of you who have watched a lot of my wardrobe clear out videos over the years, there are probably a lot of pieces that you recognize. And also, actually, if you don't know of the sort of method behind the way I store my clothing, typically this side I have a full length section, so I've got trousers and then my longer dresses here, and then they go into shorter dresses where I've got a little like drawer, like half drawer section here. So then I order my dresses by sleeve length, which might be a bit weird, but it makes sense to me. I've got long sleeved long dresses, short sleeved long dresses, and sleeveless long dresses, going into the sleeveless mini dresses, short sleeved mini dresses, and then long sleeved mini dresses, finishing off with shirts, blazers, that sort of thing. So that's basically the method of how I store everything in the hanging section. Definitely looking a lot more full in this section, but all my dresses are out, so I'm happy. Time to tackle the shelves. Now there is a lot in here to go through. If I'm being completely honest, I'm actually feeling a little bit intimidated by all of it. But if I start with the things that are mostly staying, denim is what I keep on this shelf. That's all staying. I don't typically put away like winter denim or anything. My jeans tend to stay out all year round. I would say the same goes for my skirts. I mean, I do have a couple of skirts that might be a little more wintry, maybe, but I just don't feel like they take up enough space to warrant like putting them away. I would say I just have 2, which are these kind, oh no, they're 3. These kind of more like woolen style ones, so I guess those can go away into storage. But other than that, all of these are still skirts that I would wear throughout spring and summer as well. On this side I keep some shorts. These are all more tailored shorts, and then I actually have quite a lot of trousers that I keep there as well. Now I know, a bit confusing because I hang up some of them and some of them live here, but I just think that hung up it makes a bit more sense for those linen style trousers and the trousers that are going to really crease, whereas on this side I typically keep more, I suppose you could say, more like loungewear style of trousers, but that I would still kind of wear out and about. I don't know if that's the correct sort of description there, but like I said, I'm out of hangers for trousers anyway, so I'm gonna have to keep these where they are. But I probably just need to buy some more, and then these can also be hung up. But I just have a navy pair, a grey pair, and a black pair. These are great. Again, they stay out all year round because they are good to wear all year round, in my opinion. Now these top 2 shelves is where we're going to be doing the most movement, I suppose. So I've got t-shirts here, most of which are, yeah, all of these are t-shirts. I mean, I'm gonna keep all my t-shirts. I'm not gonna go through them or anything. If anything, I'll go through them like throughout the month, or the months, hopefully, like throughout springtime, spring and summer. Hopefully that will be a good opportunity for me to sort of go through them. But other than that, I don't really think it's a like top necessity right now. I do, however, here have, for example, these are all my roll neck tops, which I'm not going to be needing these, so these are going to go away into storage. And then things are looking a little messier back here. These Pax wardrobes are so deep that I fit in so much stuff in these shelves, and with my wardrobes previously they weren't this deep, so I didn't have this much space. So it's actually a good and a bad thing, I would say. It's got pros and cons. A good thing because I can fit so much more, but also a bad thing because I can fit so much more, because it just means I kind of sometimes end up hoarding a little bit more and maybe keeping things that I'm not really wearing just because I've got the space to put them, and then not sort of taking up any space, so I don't have to be as strict with myself. But tops, like vest tops, those are all mostly staying. That's another vest top. Back here though I have some thermals, and I won't be needing thermals, fingers crossed, so these are going to go as well. However, I am going to keep just one long sleeve black top and one long sleeved white top, because those could come in handy. So all of these storage, the others staying. Also back here I quite like keeping, I mean, these are pretty much solely Abercrombie bodysuits. I really love them. They're like they're knitted sort of bodysuits. I love these. I have 4 of them and I'm just a big fan of them, and these stay out all year round because I think these are great to take with me on holiday as well. For example, in Portugal, where my boyfriend's from, it gets really cold in the evenings, so it's nice to have something like this to sort of still keep you warm, but it's still also like a bit more dressed up in my opinion. So typically these always stay. So I'm just going to put those back. So I have that black one, I have a green one, which actually I haven't worn in quite a while, but I do really love this colour. I think it's quite an unusual colour, which I love. And then I have a beige coloured one, again just a really good staple to have. And the final colour is a brown, again great colour to have. I just really like these. I think they're really wearable. I actually did have a couple of others. This is an oldie from Misguided. I've had this for years and years and years, and honestly I think it's gonna go. This is also another sort of like knitted material, but it's just a top rather than a bodysuit, from New Look. Still a really nice one, so I'm going to keep it with those because it's the same kind of vibe. I'm going to keep those 2 long sleeve tops that I was talking about towards the back, because hopefully I won't be reaching for those as much. I have my t-shirts, which then will go in my second compartment, can you call it that? And then I'm going to put in another t-shirt. Then what I think I'm going to do for the front is just put in the vest tops, which are generally what I tend to wear the most. Oh, I do actually have a few other like long sleeve crop tops here. I feel like saying that, they sound a bit weird, but they're just really simple, just crop tops like this, just really nice basics to have, which again are quite good to keep out all year round. They look great with trousers, they look great with like skirts and things like that, just anything high-waisted really. So again, gonna keep these with the knits. Actually no, I'll put them back there with my long sleeve tops. They're a little bit hidden, but hopefully I won't forget that they're there. So here we go, and these can live here at the front. I actually have another box here. Oops. Oh, this one's definitely empty. Yes, it was empty, and I will be honest, that was actually a bit of a relief because I really couldn't quite fathom having to move things over anymore. It's like I said, the Peexo wardrobes are so much bigger than the wardrobes I had previously, so I can actually fit in so much more, which means I don't have to store away as much as I used to. I've got a couple of new t-shirts as well. I actually bought 2 from Uniqlo. So one is the Airism t-shirt, which is a bit of a like kind of loose fitting t-shirt, which I thought would be quite a nice one. Basically I just really wanted to find the perfect white t-shirt, and everybody is always singing high praises for Uniqlo, so of course I had to try. And the second Uniqlo one I bought was the Uniqlo U one, which is a bit more like fitted, more of a classic t-shirt I'd say, but again just really wanted to try it because everybody says Uniqlo t-shirts are the best t-shirts, so I wanted to try. I actually have to have a look because I don't know if I might have a few other vest tops stored away. Turns out that I do, not too many, but a few, mostly like crop tops and things, which I guess do only come out for the summer, but all of these are just going back into my wardrobe. Now don't get me wrong, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing, I'm well aware of that, but where I don't use a chest of drawers, I've always sort of used shelves and a rail to store all of my clothes. This just makes sense to me. Obviously it would probably work a little bit better in a drawer maybe, but I'm happy with it like this. I know it might not look the best, but I just close the wardrobe door, I don't have to look at it. It works for me. My fave summer trousers, oh I just love these. These are a pair of like pleated, like palazzo style trousers. I love these so much. So they're just going back to their pride of place. A couple of skirts, which again, I'm going to keep hold of them. I actually really love this one. It was a Miss Selfridge one. And then I have this sort of darker floral one from New Look. both of which are like that floral kind of midi skirt, and I feel like maybe not necessarily what I'm wearing at the moment the most, but still not something that I want to part with. I think for me personally, I really struggle with parting with like clothes in particular, because fashion is so cyclical and things always come back around into fashion, and then I hate feeling like, oh, I had the perfect thing for said trend and then I just got rid of it because like the trend was over. I'm sure they will all sort of come back around, so I'm going to hold on to those. I have another pair of shorts here, a white pair of shorts. These are just like loungewear shorts, which are great, so I'm going to keep those. Mostly loungewear shorts, to be honest, which are great because I was really needing some shorts for around the house. I bought these on Vinted. I don't actually love these, admittedly. They're just collusion and they were really affordable, but they're just like, you know, not my favourite. A couple of other shorts. Okay, these are a pair of black linen shorts from H&M. They will be great for the summer. And then my trusty denim shorts. I feel like denim shorts are so difficult. These were from Mango a good few years ago now, but they're like a longer length denim. You can roll them up, you can roll them down to make them a little bit longer, so I really like those. I've also got a new pair of shorts. These are a linen blend red stripe shorts. These were from H&M and I just thought they'd be really good for like a casual sort of short to wear. I find it quite difficult sometimes to have just like, I don't know, shorts that are still nice but equally comfy. So I think those fit the bill perfectly. So those can live there. And then what was my favourite set last summer, it was this little shirt and shorts duo. It was from Charlie and I just love these. I think I'll try and hang these up though, just so that the co-ord can live together. I think that will work quite well. And another stray vest top. And with all that, I thought, great, I'm finished. And then I remembered, oh yeah, all of the knitwear. So we still have knitwear to go through. Now I know you can't exactly see this, but what I'm going to do is grab one of my storage boxes so that I can literally remove and store away, because my bed is full of clothes at the moment and that's not going to be a fun task to clear everything away. Now I know this is a big like red chunky knit, but I love it. I love the colour of this. I love how vibrant it is. So this is going to stay, even if it's just, you always need something like a cardigan in the evening, you know, so I'm going to keep that one out. This is one of my favourite jumpers, but it is so old. It has seen better days. I'm half tempted to just get rid of it, if I'm being completely honest, because I did actually, I think, yeah, this one, I did upgrade and bought myself a newer version from H&M, but I just love that one so much. I might keep the oldie out. Always good to have something like this, and save this H&M one for next winter. This is a really big knit. It's an And Other Stories one, but just too chunky for spring and summer. Same goes for this one. I loved this year. It was from Weekday, and it's just, it was a great one to have under jackets, under coats, a great one for at home. This was probably like one of my most worn things this winter. It was really great. Just a standard grey jumper, which I think I'm going to keep. It's just a crew neck, whereas this one, it's got a high neck, a zip. I think I'm going to store away. Obviously I have quite a lot of room up there, so I know I can still keep out a good few pairs of these jumpers. And the thing I don't want to do is put everything away and then come September I need to go and grab everything straight away. Hopefully if I leave out enough jumpers and enough knitwear, it will mean that come September, October, I can sort of make the most out of what is in my wardrobe before having to do my switch over. It just gives me a bit more time with my spring and summer wardrobe. This grey New Look cardigan I'm going to put away. I actually have one from Boden, but this one's going to stay. This is a high neck, so it's going to go. You can tell that I'm trying to make the most of this now because I don't want to unfold anything. This is a Pull and Bear jumper, which again I'm going to put into storage, and then a big old cable knit from Mango, which again is going to go into storage. More big chunky knits for storage. I'm not going to keep any of these high necks. I do love them, but I just won't get use out of them. But I am going to keep quite a few of the crew necks, I think, because they do always come in handy. A hint of butter yellow, which is the colour of the moment. See, having that so tucked away, I just forgot I had it, I guess. So that one can come closer to the front so that I know that it's there. big knit, big knit, big knit. We're ready for box number 2. Down here is just a cardigan, which I know I'm going to keep. And then I have, this is definitely a Christmas jumper, that can go. Cashmere jumper, again, that can go to storage. Striped one I'll keep. Another high neck, storage. Another high neck, another storage, but these two are staying out. Right, so as I put back the knitwear that I am keeping, I'm going to try and put the chunkier knits towards the bottom and then my sort of softer, lighter knits towards the top, especially cardigans, because I'm loving them as a layering. And then I'm also able to put in this knitwear now because there's finally room. Last but by no means least, I have some of my spring bags. These are all sorts of wicker bags, basket style bags. Just my favourite bags, like, love. I always love bringing these out. I have a shelf on in my wardrobe where I keep some of my bags. Oh, here I actually have sandals. Okay, some of my summery sandals. That's actually really good. That's really going to come in handy. So these are going to go with my shoes. And then, like I said, just one more straw bag. Ooh, here, one of my favourites. This one's from Marge. I absolutely love it. But yeah, that is everything switched over for spring and summer. Before I sign off for the video, of course I had to show you how everything is looking now that the wardrobe switchover is complete. As I said during filming, I know it's not the most aesthetic, but it works for me. So on the hanging rail side of things, we've just added a ton of dresses to the rail. I fear it's gonna start warping in the middle, but for now, we're good. So for my hanging rail, I've got my midi skirts, some blazers, mostly shirts and a few tops here. Then I've got short dresses, long dresses and long trousers. So that's how that's looking. And then we move along further down. I have sunglasses in this basket here. That's where they live. And then I do have my drawers on this side where I just keep underwear and things like that. So nothing changed there. I did pop some shoes and my sandals here. I don't keep a lot of shoes in my wardrobe, but I do sort of keep those slightly smaller ones in that space below. As for the shelves, I have very few jumpers. It's actually looking really bare right now. Fingers crossed we don't get another sign of winter because I won't be as well prepared as I am usually. But those are the jumpers that I decided to keep. Then we go into the tops, mostly t-shirts, vest tops, and a few of those bodysuits that I loved. And then I've got my skirts and shorts here, and also quite a few trousers, which I need to get a few more hangers so that they can hopefully move into the other side. Denim has stayed here. I know we didn't touch denim, but I didn't need to. That always stays the same. My bags are here. I've added the wicker bags. It's actually looking quite full at the moment, so maybe a bag declutter is on the cards. And then finally down here I have loungewear. Now I know there's quite a lot of hoodies and tracksuits and things, but honestly, I do like to be warm and comfy at home, so I will get use out of those. And I feel like there's no point storing those away because I have the space in my wardrobe. So that is the end of my wardrobe switchover. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. I have to say I'm very happy now that it's done, but it's been quite long. It's taken me about 2 hours to do this, and I still have a sea of clothes on top of the bed that I need to sort through into the storage boxes to pop them away, but I won't bore you with that, at least not in this video. You will probably see snippets of that in my monthly vlog, which will come later towards the end of the month. So if you do want to see some more snippets of wardrobe chaos and the chaos that's around me, then come back at the end of the month to watch that video. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you are not already subscribed. A very big thank you for watching today's video as always, and I will see you all soon. Bye.